I combined 2 million FPL teams to make this one super FPL team. No, I didn't. It's all a lie. Oh, you just got pranked! As FPL now has 2 million players signed up, so I have combined those teams by looking at the overall ownerships of all the players to see what is the most popular and potentially best FPL team right now. Work smart, not hard. So let's take a look. Starting in goals, the most popular goal geezer is Edouard Mendy. Chelsea's defence needs a little bit of a Mendy itself this year after selling the madman Rudiger and also shipping Christensen off to potentially bankrupt Barcelona. But they are very, very close to finalising deals to bring in Koulibaly and Nathan Ake back to the club, so their defence could be as solid as the Great Wall of China once again. Mendy has very surprisingly, for whatever discombobulating reason, come in this season at only £5 million. What? Like, FPL, were you drunk deciding that one, lads? Why? That decision absolutely flabbergasted, hornswoggling me, to be honest, but we will take it, just like most FPL players, making him the most chosen goalkeeper in 25% of teams already. Ooh. Making him the first player in this super most popular team. Starting this super defense with a super FPL asset, it's Sir Trent Alexander next. This player doesn't really need an explanation, does he? No. 2 goals and 12 assists from him last season, scoring over 200 points for now the second time. He is just an absolute cheat code in this game for only 7.5 million. Liverpool also kept more clean sheets last season than they have for the last 3 years, so those points at the back definitely don't look like they're going to be stopping, not going to be loser pool anytime soon. Trent also had almost double the expected assists out of any other defender in FPL last year, so yeah, that's probably why he's up there, isn't it? Making him the most popular defender, selected by over 55% of teams right now. Wow. Next up is a man you just can't cancel. It's João Cancelo. Best ever FPL season for him last time out, scoring over 200 points for the first time in his career with 1 goal and 11 assists. He took the most shots and had the most shots on target out of all defenders last year, and even actually took the most shots out of any Man City player as well, the most attacking team in the league. Oh, that is actually mad. Man City have also been the best defence in the league for a few years now, with them having the most clean sheet, the least XG conceded, the least big chances, just absolute machines at the back, aren't they? Cancelo also being the Man City outfielder with the most appearances last year, showing you why not only is he essential to their team, but he should be essential to your FPL team as well. Over 45% of all teams currently agreeing with that, making him a very popular pick indeed. Ooh. The next fella is another defensive beast, who's just not really a defender, is he? It's Ivan Perisic. New to the league, but not new to Conte in this wing-back role. Perisic is just an absolute beast of a goal scorer. 8 goals and 7 assists from him last year at the wing-back role, and is just a natural goal-scoring winger who's just been converted into this defender role, so yeah, we'll take that. The Spurs defence also massively improved under Conte, where since game week 11 last season when he joined, they had the 3rd best defence, keeping only 2 less clean sheets than the likes of Liverpool and Man City. Ooh. That goal threat of Peri added with that defensive solidity, I can see why Perisic has solidified his place in over 44% of teams right now. Wow. The final defender in this super team is another super asset. It's Reece James. Only 141 points for him last season, but that with quite reduced minutes. Where scale is 5 goals and 9 assists points up to a per 90 basis, and he would have actually outscored the likes of Trent and Robertson. Oh, now that is saucy indeed. Definitely means he's going to score more points than them this season, right? Chelsea, like we mentioned, a great solid defence with their new signings coming in, so I can definitely see why 43% of teams have currently got Mr. James in their team. And that right there is the defence done, all owned by over 40% of teams, which is absolutely madness really. One from each of the 4 best defenders, with every single one of them also being the highest attacking threat from each of their teams as well. So yeah, it doesn't really take many brain cells to say that these are the best defenders in the game, so that is a pretty super reason for them to be in this super most popular team. Moving on to mode players with the midfield, it's Mo Salah, the top point scorer of last season, the top goal scorer, the top assister in the league, averaging over 250 FPL points since joining Liverpool. He is just the gift that keeps on giving. He got 37 FPL returns last year in only 35 league games, even though he didn't even start all of them, averaging more than a return every single game he plays. Like, that is just illegally good. Wow. Liverpool have also been gifted with very sexy fixtures, so some may say he is essential for the start of the season. But actually, only 58% of teams currently agreeing with that, with him being in 58% of teams. Wow, who would have guessed that? Where do I mention that I might go without him? The next guy joining us is Luis Diaz, the new kid on the block, the wannabe Neymar. Only 64 FPL points for him last season, but that was because he was kind of in another league until January. Yeah, we'll let him off with that one. Those 64 points in less than 1,000 minutes though, meaning that per 90 wise, he actually beat the likes of Foden, Cancelo and Kane. Absolute madness from him. And he does also just look like a player that looks to be better and better every time he goes out on that pitch and puts that shirt on. Have we even seen the best of him yet? Ooh, I'm not sure we have. He is currently in 32% of teams right now, which is quite surprisingly high, I would say, considering the likes of Robertson, Alisson and a few others at Liverpool are just very viable options. But it is Diaz to make the super team here, as apparently he is the most viable of the lot. We move on to my own kid. It's not quite my daughter, but it's my son. Go on, my son scored an incredible 23 non-penalty goals last year, along with getting 10 FPL assists as well, meaning he broke over 250 points for the first time in his FPL career, whilst also scoring more goals and more FPL points than any other player since Conte came in Game Week 11. Now, 12 mil is pretty damn steep for a player that doesn't even have penalties, right? Like, what? But he has just been an absolute machine under Conte. He is actually my #1 pick at the start of the season. Essential. Only 26% of teams agreeing with that though, making him the third most popular midfielder in this super team. And the final midfielder making this most popular super team, it's Pedro Neto. He only hit the back of the Neto once last season, and it was literally the last game week of the year. Wow. But there's no doubt in the quality Neto has, making him a quite worthy choice when he is actually back fit and playing. Which he is now, eh? Out of all the mids around him, he is one that at his price could have a proper breakout season here, especially being the case at the start of the year, playing with Wolves having very sexy fixtures right away. Yes, he might not go on rival the likes of Son or Salah in terms of points, right? But even if he gets half, even if he gets a quarter, it's not a bad effort at all. With him currently making it in 22% of teams, including this super team right here. And that is the midfield done. Salah being very, very highly selected, and the rest not quite as high as the defender numbers we've seen. That probably being because, you know, we haven't all got unlimited money. We need to spread those funds out, and the midfielders are just more expensive. But now we move on to the forwards. And some say it's his land, and we're all just living in it. It's Erling Haaland. He has finally made the big step up from Bundesliga into the best league. Oh wait, no, he hasn't come to the Championship. He has finally made the step up to the second best league in the world, the Premier League, hey! And what better team to join than literally the best team in it? Fair enough. 86 goals in 89 games for him at Dortmund. What? Just showing you why when he is not injured, he is literally one of the world's best strikers already, and he's still only 21. Yeah, you kind of forget that. Doesn't that just make you feel so much better about yourself? Yeah. Man City create the most chances out of any other team in the league though, so I really don't doubt that he's going to go and score all of the goals, making him not only selected by a gigantic 64% of teams to make him join this super team, but also making the most selected player out of anyone else right now. Like, damn son, that's incredible. Saying Pep could literally go and bench him in Game Week 1. Unlucky. But next, and the final player to really nail this team, he loves the cross, it's Jesus. Gabriel's price of only 8 million is definitely the price of a bench warmer at Man City, which he isn't anymore, hey, and he has moved to the Banter FC of Arsenal. So if he does actually start starting the games, which he very much will do, he could really turn that cash into value by getting all of the points. Points per 90 wise, he actually beat the likes of Havertz and Kane last season, so definitely could be worth it if he stops being one of the worst finishers in the league and can actually score, but we'll see. 55% of teams definitely think he can do it in an Arsenal shirt though, making him way the second highest selected forward and also the final most popular player for this super team right here. And that right there is it. Super team done, hey! The most popular, the most selected, and potentially the best super team in FPL when combining over 2 million players teams right now, aka using all the teams that have signed up for FPL right now and just checking the ownership stats to see who are the most popular and selected players. I am actually quite surprised by the fact we're missing out on the likes of a Neco Williams, a Ruben Diaz, a Jared Bowen, a Saka, and even a Harold Kane, yeah? But still, what a team it is. The template this year just seems to be way too strong, so hopefully a few players can actually break into this team close to the deadline. But even if you did just have this team from the start, yeah, you'd be pretty damn happy with it, wouldn't you? Yeah. That is going to be it for today, though. Let me know what you think about this team. Thanks for watching, but also, remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.